So now it's time to look at the withContext function and to understand why you need to use the withContext function and how to use the withContext function. And for that, I'm going to create a new function called a new suspending function. So I'm going to type private suspend fun, and it's going to be called set text on main thread. It's going to have a parameter called input. It's going to be of type string. Now, we use the withContext function when you want to switch the current thread in which we are currently in to another thread. So if we are specifically with this function, if you are now doing work in a background thread, and let's say that we want to update a UI component, like a text view or something. If you try to update that UI component from the background thread, the app is gonna crash. And what you can do in that case is that you can switch the context, so you can switch the thread from the background thread from which you are currently in to the main thread, because you can update the UI only using the main thread. So you can type withContext, you type main. So basically what you're saying here, hey, switch the context, switch the thread from the background thread that I am currently in to the main thread, because I want to do work on the main thread. And we select the first one, so we press Alt Enter, and we put curly braces, and here you add your code to update, add code to update the UI. And I'm gonna bring Android Studio to see how this looks in a real example. So as you can see here, I have a button, I have a text view, and so on. And this code is similar to what we have in our IntelliJ. I have a coroutine, and I start the coroutine using IO, which means input output. Then I have a function, a suspending function, get fake data, and I have two coroutines, and here I have this function set text on main thread, and I have this job data await, and this is gonna return a string value. If you press shift control P on this, as you can see, this is a string. So if you press control and if you go where this function is defined, this takes as an input a string and is switching the context to the main thread, because on the main thread are our UI components, the text view and the button. And we take that input, we append it, and then we assign that text to our text view. And for whatever reason, I can't run the virtual phone, but if I go here to activity.main, and if I go to code, let's put some text here, let's say for the text, so text, just to show you how this will look. So now this UI component that we have here, text, is going to be updated with the text that is given us as an input here from inside our coroutine. And because we're inside our coroutine and we are on a background thread and we want to update the UI component, we switch the context. So we switch the thread, we say withContext, switch the context to main thread, and then update that UI component. Because if you don't do that, the app will crash, because you cannot update the UI components from the background thread. So this is the withContext function, and this is how you can use it in a real app.